I'm severely disappointed with the fact that I didn't play PGR early. I'm thoroughly enjoying this game. Now, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of things can be very confusing early on, and I do think that early on the story does kinda suck. Like, it's a lot more of a drag to read the first 1 through 8 chapters, but I can comfortably say that post that, it's much better. Then again, I can subsequently also understand why individuals should be turned off by that idea. As of right now, there's a Black Rock Shooter collab. I actually recommend just getting her. She's a fun character, don't get me wrong, and I think a lot of individuals, yes, may have better characters, but if you're newer and you're just starting out, hey, she's cool, she's great, she's free. I recommend pulling on the banner first, then getting the free copy of her from the event, because that gives you more essentially evolution of her. But hey, that's just me. This is my overall count. I got Vera recently, but I primarily have been using Black Rock Shooter, number 21, and then number 21 Feral Edition, because she's cute. I like both. Both are cute. I am slightly irked by the concept that despite this being a character I enjoy, I missed the swimsuit. I didn't even know this was a thing until I looked through the codings and I was like, wait a minute, I can't even obtain it. I have to hope it eventually reruns. I would have loved this. Subsequently, I really feel like it should just be applied to the wolf variation too, because I mean, this is cute, don't get me wrong, but it's not a swimsuit. I mean, we could go swimsuits. I feel like there's a lot of potential here for her, and nonetheless, I think it's cute. Same thing with Sophia, who I actually like within the story. I think that the first 8 chapters don't really do enough character building for your main cast of Lucia, Lee, and Liv, but outside of that, I don't like Liv, not as a character, but strictly because of the fact that she is voiced by Hu Tao. And Hu Tao's voice, the VA for Hu Tao only has one voice. It's in one range. It is not different no matter what game you play. It's always the same. And that irks me. Now to me, I thought she was cute. And then, you know, it kind of fell by the wayside later on because she became a bit more annoying. But hey, that's just, you know, that happens. Whatever. Don't you? I like, and I actually have gotten to the point where I fully met them in the story, and it's quite fun. Now, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the concept of playing, being able to play like characters like from the collabs, like the Nier collab ages ago. Even though I can't get them, it's still fun to be able to see, oh, how did they play back then? And I do like a lot of designs. Lula, for example. I like Crimson Weave. Now, gameplay-wise, she's fun, but I'm not playing her. No, I'm not gonna. It is fun, but my god, the amount of effects on screen are like, I can't. What is that? The enemy's attack? Is it my attack? My attack's red. The enemy's red. What's happening here? It's a lot. Selena, I didn't expect much from, but her animations are amazing. Now, once again, I will say that I do believe for the first arc, i.e. 1 through 3, it's just bad. It doesn't do enough setup, and so you're left very confused, and hidden stories suck. I understand the concept, but they don't do much with what they had here, so it just falls flat. I think 8 all the way down through 4, they're about the same quality, I'm not gonna lie. I think that 4 tries to do something very interesting, 4 and 5 I suppose with Liv, but by that point you don't know Liv enough to give a shit about what's happening. And I feel like this could have been done better. But either way, it occurs. I think this entire arc where you're looking for Kaori doesn't work strictly because you, from at least how you're going through the story, you meet him for like maybe a section or a mini arc of chapter, and you don't learn enough about him to really care about why you should be, you know, involved with this or why you should care at all. But once you hit chapter 9 and in chapter 10, I think it really ramps up in quality. I think chapter 9 works really well, but it falls flat within the concept of, because the first 8 chapters were bad, obviously the quality improvement on the stages, on everything as a whole is nice, but what it goes for doesn't work as well as it could have, because these first 8 chapters didn't build up the cast and didn't build up Babylonia enough for me to be like, oh, I'm intrigued. I think Eternal Engine was great though, and I honestly can say that after going through first off, Frozen Darkness, it made me like Crimson Abyss a lot more than I thought I would. And I do think that interlude-wise, Crimson Abyss it's okay. I think that the interludes usually expand on a character, but I think when you already have an entire chapter focused on the character, it's very difficult to do an interlude that explains more. I think Crimson Abyss, her interlude is just, it's there, but I don't care. I didn't learn much. I did Sophia's. I liked Sophia's quite a lot because it actually expanded on my existing knowledge about the character, and I found it overall just very interesting. I obviously, as is standard, I finished out number 21, and I think that for her backstory, she does a great job. I just think that doesn't really tell me enough about 21 now, And I do believe it kind of falls within the concept of 21's introduced much later within the story. And so you don't know enough about her to be like, is this good? Is this bad? It's the art in this game, I can say it's very good. The music in this game is very good. Everything really good. It's just, hey, the interludes, I think because of the fact that you can do so many so early on, you don't really get a concept of, should I be doing this now? Do I know this character now? Is this good now, or am I supposed to be relying on pre-existing information to fully understand them? Either way, I adore 21. I still simp for her, but I do wish I got more. Beyond the standout voices of Hu Tao and I think Nanami, overall they're good. There have been some voices where I'm like, okay, this is kind of okay. Echo, for example. Overall, very good design, fun to play. Voice kind of a, I think a miss overall for me. But I understand that voices are subjective. Now events. This is the BRS collab. Material farming stage, I actually had quite a lot of fun with. If using BRS, you start at level 19, which essentially means that, hey, you have all of these buffs already active. I do like the fact that at level 25, you can just auto sweep it. It's very sweet. It's very nice. It's a very good mechanic because you can come in here, dump all your stamina, leave, go to the event shop, and just buy out whatever you need. Cool beans. Great. I think that the trials, cool. I don't like the minigame, but I understand that once again, that's subjective. You can enjoy it, you can hate it. I don't like it. It's just there, but it's not like egregiously bad. I was going to showcase the boss fight, but it's over. But I will say the boss fight with Dead Master was extremely good. Like just from the fact that, you know, it was my first introduction as a actual end game sort of boss, or at least a more recent boss compared to the beginning few chapters. Amazing, wonderful. I love it. I think that overall, one of the issues it kind of falls into is there's so much from the guild system to the all of the events tab to all of the story content that it does fall within a situation similar to, I'd say, games like Arknights, where there's a lot going on and a lot you can do, but you don't know if you're supposed to do it in a certain order. Like unlocking the main story makes sense, but side stories, when do I do, like, okay, yeah, you're supposed to do Frozen Darkness. What about the interludes? When am I supposed to do these? Or will they spoil me on certain things? Like, I understand that if I had done, because when you complete Frozen Darkness, you unlock Crimson Abyss's interlude. I think that depending on when you're doing that, if you aren't already into as to who she is and what happened, it does spoil you a little bit. I like being able to go to Cecilia's class and learn new mechanics about a character before either A, pulling them, or B, using them as a trial unit, because you do get access to trial units, even for the old collab characters. I like that simulated trial. It's just a boss fight. It's very nice. I do like the fact that I recently learned, thanks to the Omniframe trial, that yes, there is a parry system. And depending on what you're using, whether it's the Uniframe or Omniframe, there's just a different advantage, so you're not necessarily reliant entirely on the dodge meter, but it's still nice. I like the fact that I don't have to deal with an artifact system. Don't get me wrong, resonances are a different story. But I don't have to deal with grinding for crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, energy recharge, or some other innocuous subset that I don't really care about. It's very nice. Now, banner-wise, the Gacha, obviously, I don't understand why you would pull if it's not a 100% guarantee, because they do rotate that around. So I don't understand why you would go for this, but hey, to each their own. I like the base construct banner. I like the targeted weapon banner, and this random one, which is just, hey, you might get something. I like the fact that during this collab chance, or at least for any introductory unit, whether it's an A rank or an S rank, those ones are always featured on a 100% guarantee banner. It is a very nice feature. I don't understand what makes the Uniframe different from the Omniframe, but whatever. Cubs are there. I don't understand how valuable they are, but they're there. I like this game. I just wish I played it sooner. I'm still confused on things, but hey, at the end of the day, I actually wholeheartedly recommend you play this because I've been having so much fun with it. And going from to ZZZ to this has been a great experience. I can comfortably say, for combat, this ranks higher than the others. Just please remember, if you're doing combat, press Y on your keyboard, and combat suddenly becomes a lot better. Overall though, I recommend PGR. I'd say it has better combat than ZZ and WW, which is surprising because how is WW a newer game and you make it worse than this one? But hey, I don't know. What, just play this one. There's also more quality of life being introduced. Pretty much every major patch, or every patch. So hey, that's something to look forward to. There's a dorm system, it's okay. I'll see you next time.